Apple just skipped a generation on its next streaming box, and the reason has nothing to do with movies. It's about turning your TV into the brain of your entire house. This isn't just a random guess floating around online. Multiple supply chain leaks are now pointing to the exact same set of changes, and when several independent reports line up on the same details, that's usually the strongest signal you can get before an official announcement. Here's why this matters. The current Apple TV is genuinely great at video. It handles 4K playback beautifully, the interface feels fast, and it does exactly what a streaming box is supposed to do. But underneath the surface, it's running on a chip and memory setup that's a few years old now. Built for a time when all anyone wanted was a smooth menu and a sharp picture. Software is moving in a completely different direction now, toward heavier on-device AI processing, and the current hardware simply wasn't built to carry that kind of weight. According to the latest leaks, the 2026 model is skipping a normal yearly bump entirely. Instead of a minor speed increase, it's reportedly getting a professional-grade processor, the exact same class of chip you'd find inside a premium smartphone. Putting that kind of power into a small box under your TV changes what that box is actually capable of. It means the device can process complex tasks instantly, right inside your living room, without constantly reaching out to a distant server just to keep up. One of the biggest places this shows up is gaming. For years, playing games on a media box felt like an afterthought, simple mobile ports, nothing that felt deep or immersive. Leaks suggest that's about to change, with the new chip reportedly bringing hardware-based ray tracing to the device. That means light, shadows, and reflections in games behave the way they would on an actual console, not a watered-down mobile version. Suddenly, that little box isn't just a media player anymore. It's a legitimate gaming machine without the price tag of a dedicated console. But a fast processor can't do much on its own. It needs room to work, and in tech terms, that room is memory. This is the detail most people overlook. The current model has just enough memory to keep your streaming apps running smoothly. According to supply chain reports, the upcoming model is set to roughly double that capacity. That kind of jump means the system can switch between heavy tasks almost instantly. Pause a high-end game, check a security camera feed, jump back into a movie, all without a single stutter or reload. Of course, doubling memory isn't simple right now. The tech industry as a whole is fighting over the exact same high-performance memory components because data centers are buying them up by the millions for AI infrastructure. That demand is driving prices up and slowing down production across the board, which is likely part of why this device hasn't launched yet. Delays in this space are rarely about bad design. They're almost always about sourcing the parts. There's also a wireless overhaul reportedly built into this update. Anyone who's dealt with a buffering screen despite having fast internet knows the real issue usually isn't your provider. It's congestion. Every phone, laptop, smart light, and tablet in your house is competing for the same wireless bandwidth. Leaks point to a custom-designed wireless chip aimed at solving exactly that, potentially bringing next-generation Wi-Fi 7 standards into the living room. The result, if true, is a cleaner, wider signal that stays stable even when multiple devices are pulling from your network at once. Externally, leaks suggest you probably won't notice much difference. It's expected to keep the same simple, dark, minimal design sitting quietly on your shelf, which makes sense, because the real story here isn't what you see on the outside, it's everything happening underneath. And this fits a bigger pattern that's already playing out. Older streaming boxes are already starting to lose software support, which is a pretty clear signal that the line between simple media player and smart home hub is being redrawn right now. The strategy, according to leaks, seems to be holding everything back until it can launch together, the chip, the memory, the wireless upgrade, and the software as one complete package, rather than rolling it out piece by piece. Think about where a TV actually sits in most homes. It's the center of the living room, the biggest screen you own, always plugged in, always on. That makes it the perfect candidate to quietly become the hub for everything else. Your lights, your cameras, your thermostat. Processing commands locally instead of sending them out to the cloud and waiting for a response. So should you buy now or wait? If your current setup is already broken, the current model is still a completely safe choice. It plays everything beautifully and has a clean, ad-free interface. But if everything's working fine already, leaks suggest it might be worth holding off. This isn't framed as a small yearly refresh. It's shaping up to be a long-term shift, built for the next several years of AI and smart home integration. Of course, none of this is official yet. Leaks and supply chain reports give us a strong roadmap, but prices shift, timelines move, and things can change before launch. Still, when this many independent reports keep landing on the exact same details, it's a pretty good sign that something big really is happening behind the scenes. So here's the real question. Does Apple's streaming box actually become the brain of the smart home? Or does that job stay with a smart speaker instead? Let me know what you think in the comments below.